Greetings to all. Myself Vaishnavi, Assistant Professor, IT Department from SNS College of Technology. Now we are going to see about the desktop and network virtualization in virtualization infrastructure. First one, virtualization. The introduction, the desktop virtualization, it creates a multiple virtual desktops on the central server. It is hosted in the data center or the cloud. And then network virtualization, it creates a logical network independent of physical network, and then it also provides an isolated network environment. Here we have a problem statement that one IT company with an 800 remote employees that need to secure access to desktop and applications. The thin clients with the centralized data center management, that it want to reduce the hardware cost. So, which virtualization technology should be implemented here? The solution will be, we go with an ET based solution. So we have 5 stages: empathize, define, ideate, prototype and testing. In empathize stage we find that from the remote users, and we have find as a secure access and then centralized need. In the defined state we found the key points as management issues and security risk and then high cost. In ideate stage we find that the solution will be the virtual desktop virtualizations. We use the central servers and the remote login. In prototype stage, we find the deployed VDI and create the virtual machines, and we have to configure the accesses. And then fifth stage will be the testing. Here we check the security and performance, and then we have to check the cost efficiency. And desktop virtualizations, technology to create the multiple user desktop on the single host. The hosted in the data center or the cloud. It will manage to using the hypervisor, and it is efficient utilization of the server hardware. And then types of desktop virtualization, we have 3 types, that is virtual desktop infrastructure, remote desktop services and desktop as a services. And virtual desktop infrastructure, it uses the virtual machines. It delivers the virtual desktops to multiple devices, and it can be persistent or non-persistent, and it is generally managed in the data center. Next one, persistent versus non-persistent. That is, in persistent, it dedicated desktop per user. In non-persistent, it is shared desktop pool, and then it is on customized apps and data, and it changes the saved permanently. And in non-persistent, it resets after the logout, and it is ideal for the task-based users. Characteristics of VDI, that is, it runs inside the virtual machine on the centralized server, and then each desktop has its own operating systems. It is work under the host-based architectures, and it requires the constant client-server connection, and it uses the connection broker software. The advantages of VDI will be, it reduces the hardware cost and centralized management and backups. It secures the remote access and the cost reduction in the software licensing and full monitor environment. The disadvantages will be high initial infrastructure cost, and it requires skilled administrators, and the entire system affect if the server fails. And different users need the require different images. And then second type will be the remote desktop services, that is RDS. It is also called as remote desktop session host. It is virtualized applications, and a user access the window apps remotely. If one server supports multiple users, and then more cost effective than VDI. And desktop as a services, it is a cloud-based desktop virtualization. It is managed by the third-party provider, and then it is accessed from the any devices and also in any platform. And here we no need to manage the physical infrastructure. It is ideal for the scalable organizations. And then benefits of the desktop virtualization will be, it is efficient resource utilization and then quick desktop provisionings. It enables the workforce, and it improve the data security, and it is will be the centralized control. And then network virtualization. the technology to partition and aggregate the network resources. It provides an isolated logical network. It is an independent of the physical network. It enhances the flexibility and control. We learn in network virtualization. It is a grouping, logical grouping of the users. It is also called centralized configuration. It reduces the routing requirements and improves the performance. And then working of the network virtualization will be the multiple overloads. Uh, it uses the IP transport and build over the physical network. The benefits will be reduces the physical devices, easy network segmentation, and rapid scalability and agile deployment. And here we have some assessment question, that is, which virtualization technology should the computer use? The answer will be tester virtualization. Thank you.